It is finally here, the complete version of Talisman, complete with multiplayer games, all the cards you can expect, new expansions, new characters, all sorts of things. So let's take a look and see if Talisman lives up to its great past. The game features several characters to choose from, just as you would find in the board game. You also have the option of purchasing characters or purchasing the Reaper expansion pack, which comes with characters of its own. The way Talisman is played is after you selected a character, you, on each turn, will roll a die and move to the location, one of the locations that die can go to. You'll then take whatever action that space has. Perhaps that's drawing a card, or perhaps here at the temple there's actually kind of a permanent effect that happens. And then you'll pass the die and continue playing in this way. The goal of the game is to increase in power until you can reach the center of the board and become the winner by defeating all the other players and casting the command spell, which will damage them until you are the winner. Combat is a large part of the game. You'll encounter creatures and monsters that you need to battle. You're basically having a roll-off, basically your stats against there, adding 1d6 to it. The combat's pretty simple and pretty enjoyable. Not too much to worry about there, but definitely a fun addition to the game. You can play the game locally using Game Center. The games are live, which means that you will need to set out the time to do it. This is a great way to play with friends. Again, it's hard to do asynchronous since the game allows you to interrupt at any point, as you have spells and things that you can play on other players' turns. Your characters will actually level up, unlocking rune stones, which will allow you to give them special abilities. You can also pay to just have all those rune stones unlocked at the start. There's characters to unlock. There's also expansions to purchase. It looks like they're already previewing the Frost March expansion, so they're definitely planning on bringing more to this game. You can also purchase individual characters that have new abilities and bring new elements to the game. There is definitely a lot to do here in Talisman and a lot to play. You can play online, you can play with your friends, you can add additional content. It really is a lot of options available to you to vary your experience and make this game what you want it to be. This is blasphemy, I'm sure, but I have never played Talisman on the tabletop. I know that many people are going to poo-poo me for that. It's not any personal preference or hatred of it. I just honestly have never been in a situation where it was offered to me to play. I find the game enjoyable here on iOS. I think that it definitely has that roll and move mechanic. Games can take a while sometimes. Even against the AI, 3 AI opponents, it could take an hour or more to complete a game. Again, a lot of the time is based on how lucky you get, how well things you acquire, and then how quickly you progress through the game. Since it is up to you to progress. And the AI players are a little lax in aggression in terms of progressing, though I have seen them getting better in terms of different characters that try to push to the end more quickly. If you're a fan of Talisman or want to check out a classic board game, you definitely should pick up this game. Otherwise, I think it's very well done. I do have some qualms with some of the interface things. It's sometimes a little complex or a little unclear about what you're supposed to do in a given situation. But there's a lot going on in the game, a lot of cards to manage, a lot of information to manage, and I think they did definitely an admirable job. So I definitely recommend checking this one out. Again, if you're a fan of the game, this is perfect for you. If you love classic board games, this is definitely great for you too. And it's just a fun experience just to roll around, enjoy on the bus without having to really think strategically and just kind of have fun and play.